so minute dynamic Vinyasa practice. So if you like to flow with music, I'll encourage you to head over to my Spotify to find some playlists in there that could facilitate the depth of your practice. Music's a super important component for me to really get me in my body and in my feeling state. And sort of today, I guess the focus is that feeling state. To come into the vessel of the body and understand its dimensionality. That we run a lot deeper than just this personality that we sort of build and curate for ourselves. And so I hope today that the practice can shed some light on perhaps the deeper and maybe more expressive parts of the body. See how you go. Please know that you can take this practice at your own pace. Feel free to add on, take off as much as you need. We will get into it, please, starting laying down onto the back. If you are practicing with music, then I'll encourage you to press the play button now. So as you come laying down onto your back, it'll be Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of your feet will come to touch, and knees will knock out towards the sides, just like a little diamond shape. Then please take your hands and just rest them onto your belly. Together, we'll take a deep breath in. Out the mouth, let it go. Just let the edges of your body soften and spread. As you close down your eyes, notice your ability to go deeper in the space of your face. Feel the depth of your torso. The depth of your limbs. The three-dimensional nature of your body, the front, the back, the sides, the top, the bottom. All softening, all meeting each other here in this space and time. And see if you could rest your attention into the watery nature of your hips. As the knees get a little heavier, send the breath deep down, right into the depths. Encouraging this calming of that ocean space. Infinite waters of possibility. We'll take one more breath in, deep down together. Let it go. And please hug the knees in towards your chest. And taking your legs up to a tabletop position, arms will reach out by your sides. And squeezing the knees together, flatten your low back into the earth as you take a breath in. As you breathe out, drop your knees over to the right. Hover them just before they touch the earth. Left shoulder stays connected to earth. Inhale, breath, come back through center. Drop the knees over to the left. Right shoulder stays deeply connected. Inhale, breath, come through center. Exhale, breath to the right. Inhale through center. To the left. 2 more times to each side, like you could stoke the fiery nature of your belly space. Notice how we're moving sort of relatively quickly, just in an effort to be with the body, to get out of the mind. And come back through the center. Please hug both of the knees in towards your chest. Take the hands to the backs of the knees. Might kind of rock and sway a little from side to side. Right, and then please rock forward and back down the length of your spine. And after your sort of third or fourth rock, please cross at the ankles and let's meet up in a downward facing dog. So step your feet back.
First downward dog of the practice, solidify your connection to earth. As you press your hands down and away, notice the lift of the arm bones into the shoulders, into the length of your spine. And a little soft bend into the knees so the water of the hips can pour down into the backs of your legs and eventually create a little more weight into your heels. And then notice if with that comes some tension in the face, soften your jaw. My eyes are closed, but it's up to you. If they're open, drishti between your feet. Alright, please take your right leg to the sky as you breathe in. Let's bend the knee and yawn the hip open here. And it will be optional to drop down to your left forearm to create a little more space along the right side. And then just sort of 3 or so circles of the leg around the hip. Identifying this liquid-like nature of the hip joint. And come back up onto the palms of your hands. Take your right knee wide to your right shoulder. And then step the foot to the outside of your right pinky finger. Back knee will drop down towards the earth, lizard lunge. Then just a couple of breaths to sort of move and shift in this shape here, just like you could swim around the depths of your body. You might bend and straighten to the knee a few times. You could come onto the blade edge of the front foot, let the knee wing wide. You might even bend into the back knee and catch hold of the foot there. Notice how many dimensions there are in the body to explore. The front, the back, the inner, the outer. And then come up onto your fingertips, tuck your back toes, please step forward, Malasana, yogi squat to the top of the mat. Press down into your feet, lift the spine nice and tall. Could the chest be a little more open here? Let the back of your lungs expand as you take a breath in. Straighten through your legs, forward fold is the breath out. Keep the feet wide, please. Take a first halfway lift, hands to shins, draw your collarbones forwards and out. Fold forward, strengthen up into the belly a little as you drop your head deep. Nice. Heel toe the feet back into hip distance apart. One more halfway lift here, earth or shins. Fold forward. Let's stay nice and low to the earth, please. Step back, downward facing dog. Let the practice be slow and stable to begin. Letting awareness weave its way through experience in a way that feels supporting and grounding. Left leg to the sky as you breathe in. Bend knee on the hip open. Optional to drop down onto that right forearm and then sort of 3 or so circles of the liquid-like movement of the leg around the hip socket. As if you could embody the quality of water. And then step the right hand outside, or the left hand, sorry, outside of your left fingers. Drop down onto the back knee and sort of 3 or so breaths to move. See if you could focus a little more on the breath here, letting the breath expand 3-dimensionally into the whole body. Maybe you bend into the back leg, catch hold of the foot, and just notice any tension in the body and see if you could soften it with this liquid-like attention. It's easeful. And release. And step forward, Malasana, one more time. Hands will come into the heart. And see if you could press into the heels and just find sort of a 5% lift up and out of the earth. Notice Mula Bandha engaging, pelvic floor lifting. And then please pressing into the heels of the feet, let's come up to standing, reach both of your arms to the sky. A little lift of the chest at the top. Heel toe the feet back into hip distance, hands to your heart. First time to standing today, Tadasana. Arms by your side. Feel the elements of the practice beginning to synchronize. The earthiness, the wateriness, even the fire. all be here as a part of the experience. Please reach your arms to the sky as you breathe in. Fold forward, empty as you breathe out. One round Surya Namaskar, a halfway lift as you breathe in. Fold forward, please step back to plank pose. Strengthen up into your belly muscles here, squeeze your glutes, your legs, inhale breath. Chaturanga, knees or no knees, it's optional. Upward facing dog or cobra, if you're not quite ready for the back bend as deep. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in together. Out the mouth. Let's make your way back to the top of your mat. Step there, float there, anything in between, into a halfway lift. Fold. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. Hands to the heart. Arms to the sky, inhale, breath. Fold forward, soft knees as you empty. Halfway lift. Fold deeply, Mula Bandha. Interlace the hands back behind you, clasp the knuckles together, take your arms forwards. Keeping that little soft bend in the knees, stay connected to your core space. Take a breath in and out. Please listen carefully, keep the bind, little halfway lift through the chest. Take the weight into your right foot, left foot steps to the back of the mat. Back knee comes down, arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Breath in, see if you could lift up and out. As you breathe out, half Hanuman, hands will come down to the earth for the first round. Flexing through those right toes, right hip draws back, inhale breath. See if you could go a little deeper. Rebend into the knee, arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. And then again, interlace the hands back behind you. As you clasp the knuckles together, crack the chest open, inhale breath. This time, half Hanuman, keep the bind as you fold forward. A little on the balance here, let the dimensionality of your body hold you for 3. Long neck for 2. And 1, release, rebend into the knee, plank pose. And please, starting with the right forearm, drop it down to the earth, followed by the left forearm, forearm plank. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs, lengthen your chest forward, find an inhale breath. Sphinx pose, hips drop down, untuck your toes. 3 breaths. Filling your body with the breath. All of the elements meeting. Please find your forearm plank, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Right hand plants down first, followed by the left hand. Inhale breath, chaturanga as you breathe out. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Straight away, right leg lifts as you breathe in. Knee draws in towards your nose. Step the foot through between your hands. Listen carefully. Take both of your hands to the inside of your right foot. Skandasana to the top of your mat. Right knee stays bent, left leg straightens. And then lift up and out of the earth, lengthen your spine. Flexing through the left toes creates space in the legs. Beautiful, guys. Turn back to the top of your mat. Perch pose, left knee meets the right knee, lift your chest. Forward fold, feet connect onto the earth. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. Hands through the heart line, fold forward. Halfway lift. Mula Bandha. Interlace the hands back behind you. Awkward interlace, so opposite thumb comes on top. Little soft bend in the knees, even the elbows can be a little soft. Find a breath in. And out. Little halfway lift through the chest. Right foot steps slowly to the back of the mat. Back knee comes down, Anjaneyasana, arms to the sky. A little squeeze onto the glutes here, reach your fingertips higher. Half Hanuman, hands come down by your sides for the first one, onto the earth rather. Flexing through the left toes, left hip draws back. Find a breath in. Deepen. Rebend into the knee, arms to the sky, Anjali. Awkward interlace back behind you. Crack the chest open as you breathe in. Half Hanuman, keep the bind as you breathe out. Holding here. Stability, adaptability. 2 and 1. Rebend into the knee, plant your hands, plank pose. This time starting with the left forearm coming down to the earth. Right forearm coming down. Squeeze your legs, press into your forearms, holding here for 3. Strong belly for 2. Sphinx pose, belly stays strong as you lift your chest. 3 breaths. Alright, strengthen up into the belly, tuck your toes, forearm plank. Left hand steps where the left elbow was. Right hand comes down. Plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga as you breathe out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in together. Out the mouth. Left leg reaches as you breathe in. Knee to the nose. Make sure that your connection to the hands is strong. Step the foot through between your hands. Hands come to the inside of the foot, Skandasana. Left knee stays bent. Right leg is straight. Sitting up nice and tall, find your breath. Notice if you're collapsing into the front, feel the back. All right. Hands come back to the top of the mat. Perch pose, right knee meets the left, halfway lift. Feet connect, forward fold. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. Hands to the heart, pause. Breath in together. Let anything go. Beautiful, guys. All right, moving to a little bit of balance here. Please draw the left knee into your chest, arms to the sky. Flexing up through your left foot. Strengthen your belly muscles, reach higher with your hands. Inhale, breath. Aeroplane pose as you breathe out. Arms come back by your sides. Little cobra shape through the chest, but the belly stays strong. Then how softly can you land back? Warrior 2. Flip the palm, reverse the shape. Stay nice and deep through that front knee. Listen carefully. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Left knee bends. Option to stay here, option to spread the arms. 1 breath in. And release. Hands to the top of the mat. Easy twist. Right arm to the sky. Ball of the back foot. Right hand comes down to the earth. Perch pose. Half lift. Feet connect. Fold. Arms to the sky. Breath in. Reach up. Hands to the heart. Second side. Right knee lifts. Arms to the sky. Brace your belly. Lift your knee. Aeroplane pose. Like slow motion, warrior 2. And then flip the palm, reverse the shape. Skandasana, back of the mat, like liquid water. Option to spread your arms, 1 breath in. Back to the top of the mat, easy twist, left arm to the sky. Left hand comes down, perch pose. Forward fold. That sequence again, arms to the sky. Left knee straight into the chest. Aeroplane pose. Warrior 2, ride the breath. Settle. Flip the palm, reverse the shape. Skandasana, back of the room. Your choice with the arms. 1 breath in. top of the mat. Easy twist. Right hand comes down, perch pose. And fold. Arms to the sky, reach up, big breath. Right knee comes with you. Airplane pose. Warrior two. Settle. Flip, reverse. Skandasana, back of the room. Your choice with the arms. Top of the mat. Easy twist. Perch pose. Feet meet. Utkatasana, chair pose. Stand up, Tadasana, mountain pose. Breath in together. Let everything settle. 2 more breaths. Please. Left knee draws into the chest. We'll add on a little. Airplane pose as you breathe out. Warrior two, straight into the flip reverse, straighten through your front leg. Skandasana, back of the room. Skandasana, front of the room, stay low to the earth. Easy twist, top of the mat. 3-legged dog, please, right leg reaches up and back. Optional vinyasa from here, take it or leave it. Chin stand, handstand, any other variation. Keep riding the flow of breath. Let's keep moving. Right leg lifts as you breathe in. Right knee to the right shoulder as you breathe out. 3-legged dog to the sky. Knee to the nose, strong belly. Step through softly between your hands. Perch pose. Feet connect. Utkatasana, chair pose, deeper with your hips. Tadasana, stand up, arms by your sides. Right knee draws in, arms to the sky. Airplane pose. Warrior two, straight into the flip reverse, straight front leg. Skandasana, back of the mat. Skandasana, front of the mat. Easy twist, left arm goes. 3-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Your version of vinyasa from here. Take it or leave it. Left leg lifts as you breathe in. Left knee comes wide to your left shoulder. Tap it together. 3-legged dog is the in-breath. Knee to the nose. Oh, I'm quite bossy today. Step through between your hands. Perch pose. Forward fold. Arms straight up to the sky. Big breath in. Hands to the heart. Find a breath in. Out your mouth. Tadasana. Notice the dimensionality of your experience. The strength, the power, the softness, the resistance. Let it all be here. Experience the surface as much as you experience the depths. Please interlace the hands back behind you. As you crack the chest open, draw the left knee in towards your chest. A little bit of balance required here, so focus your drishti. Find a breath. Keep the interlace of the hands, aeroplane pose, left leg kicks back. And then like slow motion, crescent lunge, crack the chest open, keep the bind. Humble warrior, back heel grounds down, right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Tuck your chin. See if you could draw your right hip back in space. Very optional here to straighten through your front leg. It's a deep opening. Strong belly, Mula Bandha for 3. Keep breathing for 2. And 1. Warrior 2. Straight into the flip reverse. Front knee stays bent. Skandasana, back of the room. Right, listen carefully. Look beyond your right toes. We're going to take this into half moon pose. Stay low to the earth. Press off your back foot. Right hand to earth, left hand to sky. Spreading in all 4 directions here. The front, the back, the sides, expanding. The stability of the earth, the fluidity of breath. The fire of persistence. Stay for 3. For 2. Perch pose. Forward fold. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. Hands to the heart. Awkward interlace, opposite thumb on top. Crack the chest open as the right knee draws into your chest. Find your drishti. Starts with the stability. Breathe in. Aeroplane pose. Step back, crescent lunge. Stay connected to the core. Crack the chest open, breathe in. Humble warrior, back heel grounds as you slide the shoulder in. Tuck the chin, left hip draws back. Press into the blade edge of your back foot more, and then maybe straighten your front leg. Holding here for 3. For 2. Warrior 2, flip, reverse. Skandasana, back of the mat. And look beyond your left toes. Stay low to the earth, half moon pose. Press off your back foot. Challenge the balance. Maybe the bottom hand hovers. Expand, welcome it in. Welcome the wobbles, welcome the strength. For 3. For 2. Perch pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Let's flow it out. Arms to the sky, reach up, deep breath. Fold forward, empty. Halfway lift. As you fold, plant the hands, step or float back through Vinyasa. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Right, final piece of the puzzle. Right leg lifts as you breathe in. Right knee to the right shoulder. Option to stay here for the count of 3 or Kundinyasana. Bend your elbows, look forward, press off your back foot for 3. For 2. 3-legged dog. Right leg up and back. Knee to the nose. Warrior 2. Flip, reverse. Side angle pose. Making sure that your front knee is pointing in the direction of your middle toes. And then solidify the earthy element of the practice, of the shape. Feel your feet. And then from the stability, wrap yourself around yourself, half bind. And if you have the adaptability in the shoulders, then maybe full bind. If that's there for you, maybe the front leg straightens. And if you'd like to take this shape into the upright orientation, bird of paradise, rebend your front knee, step forward. Come up to standing. And then optional to straighten through your front leg, your right leg. For 3. Open chest for 2. Slowly step back. Let's all meet back. Warrior 2. Flip, reverse. Windmill your hands down to the earth. Perch pose. Forward folds. Halfway lift. Out the mouth, empty. Arms to the sky, reach up, breathe in. fold forward. Optional Backhand crow pose here. Hands will come to shoulder distance, nestle the knees into the upper arms. If you're not arm balancing today, forward fold. If you're in your crow pose, think Mula Bandha, lift your hips, holding for 3, for 2, float back to Chaturanga. Everyone else either move through a flow or step back to the dog. Feel the fire of it, welcome it in. The dimensionality of experience, it's constantly expanding, it's constantly teaching. Final side, left leg lifts. Left knee, left shoulder. Stay here, work on the height of the knee, or Vinyasa, bend your elbows, look forward for 3, for 2, 3-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Knee to the nose. Step through between the hands. Woo, I'm sweaty, warrior 2. Flip the palm, reverse the shape. Side angle pose. Give yourself a moment to land here. Equal parts stable to its openness. And then maybe you take it into the bind. If you have the space in the shoulders for the full bind, go there. And maybe your front leg straightens. And if you've got that and you want to take it into your bird, step forward just 1 step. As you lift up, open chest. Press into your right foot more for 3. You've got it for 2. And 1. Slowly make your way back. Let's all meet warrior 2. Flip the palm, reverse the shape. Hands come down to the earth. Perch pose. Forward fold. And take your feet to hip distance apart. Wrap your hands around your elbows. Ragdoll. 3 breaths. Release your arms. Please slowly come up to standing. Take your time. Arms reach up as you breathe in. Fold forward, empty, a little slower. Soften a little more, halfway lift. Fold. Very optional vinyasa, otherwise step back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts as you breathe in. Pigeon pose, right knee towards your right wrist. Shuffle your back foot back. It's sometimes helpful to look over your left shoulder, just make sure that the leg is nice and straight behind you. If you have blocks accessible, please know that you could slide one under your right hip for a little more support. And when you're ready, fold forward. Sometimes it's nice to pop a block underneath the face here to support the weight of your head, particularly as we begin to soften the practice to slow down. Please take 2 more mindful, connective breaths. Please come back up onto the palms of your hands and listen carefully. Just sit off onto your right hip. Move the block if there's one underneath you. And left leg is already straight. Sole of the right foot comes to the inner seam of your left leg. Sorry, I'm facing the opposite way. And let's take this into a side bend. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up and over your ear. Optional to sort of add on another layer of twisting here. Your left hand might reach for your right knee. The right hand continues to stretch as the chest opens to the sky. One more breath in. And then reach both of your arms to the sky. Please square the torso off towards your left leg. And an inhale breath. Fold forward, hands reach towards your left toes. Both of your legs are active here. Please take a deep breath in. You might get a little closer to the thigh as you breathe out. One more breath. And then come up and out of the shape. Please take your right hand back by your right hip. Stargazer, press into the left knee. Little back bend, tip the chest up. Maybe drop the head. And left hand comes back down to the floor. Please step back, downward facing dog. Second side, left heel lifts. Pigeon pose. You might look back behind that right leg. When you're ready, getting nice and close to the earth, fold forward, just to the level of sensation that is maintainable for that deep, fluid breath. When we experience all of the dimensions of our body, our mind, perhaps there's a realizing of the dimensionality that is life. And in turn, a little more acceptance of each one of those layers. The comfortable, the uncomfortable. Two more deep breaths. You might even get a little closer to the floor. Keep softening. And please bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Come sitting onto your left hip. Right leg stays long. Sole of the foot will nestle into the inner seam of the leg. We'll side bend. Right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up and over. Heavy hips here so the spine can keep elongating. You might even find a little bit of inner engagement, mula bandha here to create more space, more support. Optional to add on a little twist, right hand to the left knee. And come up through the center, reach both of your arms to the sky, square your body off towards your right leg, find a breath. Fold forward. Both legs are engaged. Take a deeper breath in. Beautiful, guys. Come up and out. Stargazer, left hand comes down. Press into the left knee. Little back bend here. Enjoy. Little change, left hip will come down towards the floor and just swing your legs towards the top of the mat. Planting the feet down onto the floor and then very slowly, arms reach forward, just articulating through the spine, activating the belly just before we take our back bend. And eventually as the shoulders meet down with the floor, hands by your sides, palms face down, just one round of bridge pose. Lift your hips. And check in with the foundation, make sure that those feet are right under your knees. And maybe you slip up onto the tips of your shoulders by interlacing your hands. Again, notice all of the dimensions, the front, the back, the inner, the outer, the earth, the sky, the thoughts, the feelings. Even the breath and the bones. Very optional here to lift up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose. Taking this into your wheel pose, please holding there for 5 breaths. If you're still with me in the bridge pose, press down into your heels, a little squeeze of the glutes, the inner thighs. End of your 5 breaths, very slowly come down. Take your feet as wide as the mat, let your knees knock in towards one another. Place your hands onto your body. And just take a moment to be still. If you would like to complete your practice in some kind of inversion, you might take it into a happy baby. Lift your legs up to the sky. If you have a safe and confident shoulder stand, it can be nice to take a blanket under your shoulders if you have one, or roll your mat up just to support the neck. I won't teach it today, but if it's there for you, go for it. Take your legs up the wall, or place a block under your hips. Not here for too long. And see if these inverted postures can be less about sort of deeply opening the body and more about connecting in, about draining the old stories, the old ideas, creating fresh space to welcome in just what's here. If you would like to spend a little longer in your inversion, please know that you can take this at your own pace, and if you're ready to drop down into Shavasana, just come out of the shape that you're in, and please know that there's a counter shape there should you need to take one. Maybe a fish pose or another bridge pose. If you're ready for Shavasana, meet me here. Although I can't see you, I can feel you. In all of your dimensions. In all of the complexities. How deep can you sink in this Shavasana? practice in the same way that we started, laying on the back. Knowing that if you need more time in this Shavasana, you have all the time you need. If you're ready to close, please take both of your hands to your belly. Self meeting self. To this intricate, connecting life that we live.